Secretary of State Hillary Clinton seems to be enjoying her job as America's top diplomat, but could another political campaign be in her future? I asked her about that. Also asked her about some of those photos in Colombia, drinking some beer as well. Here now, more of my exclusive joint interview with Secretary Clinton and Defense Secretary Leon Panetta. When we were in Cairo a year ago, I asked you a few political questions. We're in a political season, as you well know, in the United States. I don't know if you've heard about it.
We don't know about these things anymore.
All right, let's go through the questions that I'm sure you've been asked, but I'm going to ask them again. If the President of the United States says, Madam Secretary, I need you on the ticket this year in order to beat Romney, are you ready to run as his vice presidential running mate?
That is not going to happen. That's like saying, if the Olympic Committee called you up and said, are you ready to run the marathon, would you accept? Well, it's not going to happen.
I disagree.
Oh, well.
I think it's possible. It's unlikely. I will say that.
It's more than unlikely.
If he sees in July that he's going down, he doesn't want to be a one-term president.
But you know, Leon and I are in this awkward position because we've both been in politics, and now we're in two jobs that are out of politics for all the right reasons. So I don't comment on politics anymore, but I'm very confident about the outcome of this election. And as I've said many times, I think you know, Joe Biden, who's a dear friend of ours, has served our country and served the president very well. So I'm out of politics, but I am very supportive of the team that we have in the White House going forward.
But you would do whatever it takes to help the president get reelected. You don't want to see him be a one-term president, and you certainly don't want to see Romney name one or two Supreme Court justices in 4 years.
I can just imagine.
I think you're pushing a ticket.
Your poor mother. You know, why? Why, mother? Why, mother? Why, mother? No, honestly, it is not going to happen, so I'm not going to speculate on something that I know is not going to be happening.
Let's try this one. I asked my Twitter followers for a question for the Secretary of State. Shelley tweeted this. Has Hillary seen the movie The Iron Lady about Margaret Thatcher? And is it time for a female president of the United States of America? And then she writes, my answer is yes. Is it time for a female like you, for example, in 2016 to run for president of the United States?
Well, let me depersonalize it, take it away from me. Of course I believe it's time for a woman to be president. I was just in Brazil with extraordinary Dilma Rousseff, the president of Brazil. At the Summit of the Americas, we had 3 presidents, 2 prime ministers of countries in our hemisphere. We just saw a woman succeed to the presidency of Malawi. It's happening in the world, and obviously...
Except in the United States.
Well, it will. I just hope I'm still around when it does. I want to, mark my ballot.
Well, let me ask the Secretary of Defense. If she runs in 2016, will you work... You'll be out of politics. Will you support her in 2016 if she runs? It's an easy question.
Are you kidding me?
Of course you will, right?
Of course.
You want her to run in 2016.
She's a great leader, and she's been a great leader, and she will be a great leader in the future.
You know, they really want you, a lot of Democrats and others, they would like you to run in 2016. I just see you smiling. So,
look, I am honored. That is not in the future for me, but obviously I'm hoping that I'll get to cast my vote for a woman running for president of our country.
Did you see those pictures of her with drinking a little beer? Did you see those, Mr. Secretary?
Yeah, well,
those are great pictures.
Well, we were having a good time celebrating the birthday of one of my colleagues, and I sometimes forget that everybody is now a potential reporter or photographer.
That's true.
It was a lot of fun. We had a very good time just enjoying beautiful Cartagena.
And I love that picture of you texting with the sunglasses. You've seen that one too, right?
Yes, I have seen that too. Yes, indeed. That actually was very funny, and a lot of the the back and forth of the kinds of invented dialogue was very funny. I've gotten a lot of comments about that.
Of course you have. Well, thank you so much to both of you for joining us. On behalf of all of our viewers in the United States and around the world, good luck to you, whatever you decide to do down the road. Mr. Secretary, you got a lot on your agenda. Both of you have a lot on your agenda. We're all counting on you to get the job done.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, Wolf. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's discuss what we just heard with our chief political correspondent, Candy Crowley. She's the anchor of CNN's State of the Union. I don't think it's likely that she'll be the vice presidential running mate this year, but I wouldn't necessarily rule it out. He doesn't want to be a Jimmy Carter one-term Democratic president.
He does not. I don't think come July or August that's going to be obvious. I think for him to switch VPs in the middle of it would hurt him more than it would help him. And I think we might need to get you an intervention here on this. I think this is a woman who has said to all those around her, as far as I know, I mean, those that I know, that has said, I want to get into private life. You know, she wants to have a life. Now, I think she will go on. I thought it was interesting when Panetta said she'll be a great leader, you know, in the future. I thought that was a really interesting moment.
Thinking about 2016?
You know, she'll be 69 years old. That would put her up there with Ronald Reagan.
Yeah.
If she ran. He ran when he was 69 years old. And I just don't think she's got the fire anymore. I think her fire is elsewhere. I think it's global. I think she has so loved this job as Secretary of State, and I think, you know, she may go start a foundation of her own, a la her husband, and maybe do something with women. She was very into microloans when she was First Lady, and the kind of things that, you know, giving women microloans in third world countries and helping their lives. So I think she just, the fire is gone because she's seen something else and something else she wants to do with her life.
So this is where I disagree with you. I think that fire is still there. She's tired. She's worked hard. I've seen her work hard. She's traveling all over the world. But the notion of being the first woman president of the United States after she worked so hard 4 years ago to try to achieve that, she came close, didn't get close enough. I don't think it's gone yet. In her, wouldn't necessarily rule it out by any means. I think there'll be an enormous amount of pressure on her to do it, no matter if President Obama is reelected or not, because that would be a moment in American history for a woman to step forward. And I also believe that if this president says to her this year, I need you, we're going down, you could help me in Florida, in Ohio, in Pennsylvania, in Michigan, Wisconsin, she would not say no to the president of the United States. She doesn't want it, and they love Joe Biden, and it would only happen under enormously painful, difficult circumstances if David Plouffe and David Axelrod say to the president, it's over, Mr. President, it's over for you.
We'll see. Yeah. I'll see you here in, what, four years from now.
Yeah.
And we'll see what she's doing, or maybe come July. We'll talk about it and see where he is.
Yeah. Tell us what's happening on Sunday on State of the Union.
I can ask David Axelrod whether
is he going to be joining you?
He's going to be with us, as well as Marco Rubio. We will talk to him about
potential vice presidential running mate as well.
Now, he also says no, but we won't.
They always say no. Do you know anybody who's ever told a president, you know what? The president says, I want you to be my running mate, and somebody said no?
There have been people.
Not many. Not many.
There have been people. But it's all in how you say no in public.
She's a patriot, Hillary Clinton. And
she absolutely is.
I don't think she wants to see Romney the next president of the United States. But we'll see.
Okay.
It's
a great interview.
Yeah, thank you. Political pundits say he's on the short list. Ohio Senator Rob Portman speaking to our own John King in the next hour to talk about potentially becoming the Republican vice presidential nominees from Ohio. That's a key battleground state. But first, new details on the nurse accused of killing a young mother, then stealing her little baby.